Tequila.
When the numerator is greater than the denominator, it's an improper fraction. However, later on, we'll be talking about factions. It's time to talk wrestling with the four podsmen. It's time for an all new episode of the Three Amigos Show Podcast. With any further ado, we got so much to talk about, so little time. Let me introduce you to the esteemed Suplexes, aka this nigga. Oh my God. If you're not watching on YouTube, tune into the YouTube page. But let me introduce the hosts, starting off with me. As always, there's no shook hands in Brooklyn. If you don't know me, you will. It doesn't make dollars if it doesn't make sense. And the bottom line is always the dollar sign. I am the brilliant, bright, always willing to fight, Brandon Thoughts. But today, since we are celebrating Halloween, you can call me Reza Sazon.
I know that's right. All right.
Hey,
yeah. Yeah.
Secondly, hailing originally from the Lawrenceboro, Brooklyn, Flatbush, he was once all in. He still might be double or nothing. He is the meanest on the wheels of steel. He is the voice of the Turnbuckle Talk and the realest on the turntables. He is the Panamanian guy. He is the Mashout King.
Right. And you know what? Let me say this, right? I'm fighting to get the damn clip off, but I decided to rock my AEW World Heavyweight Championship. The fellas asked me to wear it. So I decided
the elite? Who actually wear it? The elite?
Well, Cam clearly was drinking on the production call, but the fellas asked me to wear the AEW World Championship. Okay, and I just want to say that I'm happy to be here to see. I got a lot of shit to talk about too, so I can't wait to get in.
So the reason we asked you to bring the belt is because I guess we'll be doing predictions, and if right now you predicted KO would come over, you've had the highest predictions when we discussed other pay-per-views.
Stop right there. I don't.
I'm not done the intro. I'm not done.
I don't give predictions. I give spoilers. So stop right there. Okay. I give spoilers. I don't give predictions. All right. Okay. You and the rest of the peanut gallery here might give up predictions. I give spoilers. Okay. That's just Thank you.
Take that back, you son of a bitch.
Well, to the third suplex, hailing from the concrete jungle, Brooklyn as well. Oh wow, we're all from Brooklyn. Wow. Who knew? He is standing at 6'4". He is lyrical. He can be a miracle. He is spiritual. He can be criminal. He just might be minimal, but he is bare minimum aluminum bars. He is our 10-time New York State Park Wrestling Champion. He is Big Daddy Cool Sour Diesel.
Yeah.
But you know something, brother?
Today.
Oh, yeah, brother. Today I'm coming with the madness. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. He got the madness. And introducing our fourth suplex, new addition to the show, by the way. He's an actor, editor, teacher, coach, night nurse, doctor, writer, producer, entertainer. He does it for the fans. He is unapologetically Grenadian. Clap it up one time, you guys. Without a mask, dancing in the back of the boat.
What?
He is Masquerade Cam.
We gotta work on this intro.
No, we don't, nigga. You gotta earn it, bitch. You ain't working on shit. You gotta earn it.
That's what I like.
Hey, yo.
I always like that to open up with nigga talk.
Yes, of course.
And that's the same thing Hulk Hogan said.
And so did Booker T.
Well, Booker T can do that.
When he said Hulk Hogan, we gonna get you, nigga. He did it with nigga talk.
And Hulk Hogan, we gonna get you, nigga.
Without any further ado, let's chop it up and let's open up the Turnbuckle Talk. Mashout, current reigning champion. I don't think you're gonna be the reigning champion for a while.
Yes.
Let's get into this Turnbuckle Talk. What you got for us this week?
All right, I got a few things to talk about this week. First and foremost, rest in peace to Matthew Perry from Friends. I decided to say that I never watched the episode of Friends a day in my life, but I just thought that I never did. I was never.
Chandler was the man.
You know, but rest in peace to him nonetheless.
Chandler Bing.
Remember, Janice called him Chandler Bong.
Oh, and you know who else passed away too?
Who was that?
Richard Roundtree.
Yes,
Richard Roundtree did pass this week.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
the original Shaft, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know,
Mother, shut your mouth.
Incredible.
I'm only talking about Shaft. Come on.
All right, so first I want to talk about. I'm going to go to AEW. All right, I'm going to go to AEW this week because, you know, usually I start with WWE, but I'm going to start with AEW this week. Hence, I got the World Heavyweight Championship, you know, on my
The
show.
Triple B.
Yes, Triple B. Okay, so first of all, this one's going to be interesting because this one, you're not going to believe who this one came from. So there's a wrestler in the back that has decided to tell Tony Khan there needs to be more safety in the ring. Okay, there needs to be more safety in the ring. That honestly, at this point, he's saying that a lot of people get hurt way too fast and way too quickly. And they actually now want to have a committee in AEW fixing the wrestling and actually have people write the actual program. And that person, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe this, but it's John Moxley.
Yeah, that nigga got a concussion. He do.
Yes, because remember at AEW Grand Slam, what was it, like the first few minutes in the match or second?
Yeah, he caught the concussion from Ray
started off, and he had to call an audible immediately. So, fellas, what do you guys think?
I think that's a I think it's a smart move. I think that's something that they should have been doing. But at the same time too, they're a fresh new company, right? So you're gonna have to take a couple of bumps and a couple of falls before you realize, like, damn, I'm really getting fucked up here. And for John Moxley to step up to the plate, I commend him on that because he just came back from a concussion, right?
Right.
So him putting that forth on into a serious matter, that shows, for me, I see like a true locker room leader, and I think they should do that. I'm tired of seeing AEW talent getting injured week after week, and they keep missing out on a lot of things that can push the company forward. So this is a great idea, and shouts out to John Moxley for moving forward with that.
Let me tell you something. The AEW wrestlers are more on the shelf than Carnation Milk. So it's just at this point, I don't understand, like, how is it even possible? Masquerade Cam, what you got?
I want to look at everything in a positive light, you know, but it's hard. It is, because I feel a lot of BS going on with this, and it's obvious it should have been done a long time ago. It took this dude to get concussed, you know, accidentally, and like, you know, change around in this whole storyline arc and projection to say, hey, you know what, we might not be doing things in the safest way around here, right? Like, this is the guy who has been, you know, the most reckless, or one of the most reckless wrestlers on the entire roster since inception. and he low-key in my perspective, as far as his performance and getting, gory and all that, has gotten worse since he came back from rehab. Like, I think before the rehab, he was a little bit more controlled, a little bit more contained, but like since that, like, I don't know.
Well,
but
he was drunk the whole time.
It is right. He was drunk and high, so you couldn't really
drunk the whole time.
Right. But it's a good thing all around because the safety of the wrestlers is the most important thing. You know what I mean? So, before we move anywhere in any other direction, the safety of the wrestlers is the most important thing in order for them to bring us the entertainment that we all love.
Right.
Agreed.
John, I mean,
he's gonna call you John Moxley.
No. I was saying that John Moxley. I think it's the game too. What do you think about him, Dave?
Since everybody is being so positive, I guess I can
brother,
follow the trend and be so positive and say, good for them. They should also check, for hepatitis. Make sure, with all the bleeding that happens with John Moxley, that everybody is, being very, very healthy all around, not just, due to concussions. No fucking shit, Sherlock. No shit. Have you been watching AEW for the past 5 fucking years? Any of you? Even on the clips? Yes, they should have a fucking safety commission. And on top of that, they should have people writing. On top of that, they should rehearse. On top of that, they're going to need somewhere to practice. On top of that, they need to do a whole lot of other shit. So hopefully John Moxley, all the other Johns, all the other Adams in the company can get their thoughts together and make sure that this is a safe environment for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I agree with you.
I know that's right.
I agree 1,000%. I mean,
don't forget the Tonys.
Oh yeah, the Tony.
Right,
the shit, Tonys, Cons.
No, I agree with you 1,000% because unfortunately, people fucking get hurt because there's no direction. There's no direction. The company has zero direction, so motherfuckers will get hurt. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Do what you want to do.
Yeah, it's called go out there and just fucking hammer them. That's all Tony can.
Go out there, steal the show, make sure the crowd chants. Have a good time, guys.
Exactly. All right. Still on the topic of AEW. We're gonna move to Dynamite this week because let me tell you something, gentlemen. Did I see the Nature Boy Ric Flair on the show? Like I just said, wow, they got over, the plane ride from hell very fast. Like put this man back. They put this man back in the forefront again, and it was weird because Christian was getting the better of Ric Flair in the promo, and I was like lost in the sauce. And I understand because they're building up to Christian versus Sting. For the 19th time. And, and I just said, I just don't understand. I said, what is Ric Flair doing back? I hope the Nature Boy does not have any intentions of going into the ring. I really hope he does not. All right.
I don't think he has any intentions on going back into the ring. And while we at it, talking about that, the reasoning for Ric Flair to be there, this was the gift from Tony Khan to Sting. So let's not forget that. This was the gift from Tony Khan to Sting, saying, hey, you know what? We wanted you on your way out. You're about to retire. Here's something for you. And out comes Ric Flair.
Sting actually teared up. They cut away from it, but Sting actually teared up to see Rick there. You know what I mean?
I know.
But because then he they had great rivalries back in the 80s.
But isn't it that they didn't bring him in the beginning because of the plane ride from hell on the Vice episode
controversy? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's why
they were going to bring him in before.
From the first time. So what the fuck is he doing there now? I don't understand. And I love Ric Flair. So I'm not knocking Rick being in the ring, but I'm just like, this was what they said before. The plane ride from hell is exactly why Ric Flair was not allowed to be on AEW television. Brandon, thoughts?
I'm knocking Ric Flair for being in the ring, and it's not because from the plane ride from hell. It's simply because I do not. I remember watching Over the Edge, and I don't think I like the feeling of watching a wrestler die in the ring. So I do not want anyone dying in the ring trying to get in the ropes. I don't want nobody trying to do anything that can cause yourself. We just finished talking about safety in the last subject, and safety is first. So I was behooved by what was displayed on Dynamite because one, where we going here? And the only thing I want to say that the one thing I say that I absolutely hate, and one of the wrestlers I absolutely hate, I actually liked what they did on Wednesday, and that was Christian. He spoke straight from the heart. So I was actually wrong about him. I loved what he did in his promo. He messed up a little bit, but he did absolutely wonderful. And thank you, Christian, for saving the segment. Because I'm not a stinger.
I've been telling you about the Christian.
I don't know if we were watching fucking Starrcade again, 1987. I don't know where we was going with this, but
yeah,
it was a very good segment. I like to agree with Brandon. You know, Christian came out on top of the segment like he should have. It was a really fun moment, and outside of what we know as far as like movements or political within the realm of wrestling, it was a nice moment to have Ric Flair come out and just surprise thing, in my opinion. Right? Like if you were just a regular fan, this is you just tuned in and you ain't even paying attention to what's happening outside of what you see on screen. It actually was a pretty cool moment. You know what I mean? To have Ric Flair. Now he did get owned, which was I think a way to like just kind of, you know, pave the way for the current talent that's on TV and that's on top because both of them
Christian's current.
Christian, stop! You got it right.
Current TNT champion. I'm not saying he's the future. He's just the current talent. He's just one of.
I think he's the past, like Ric Flair. I think this should be a double retirement match.
Now in
go ahead.
AEW.
Go ahead.
I'm not going on the throat with you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad for interrupting.
But yeah, it was just a good segment for what the intention was. I mean, it does, you know, kind of fall into the whole AEW thing where things just come out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, that's what's going on this week.
You know who I feel bad for in this low key? Darby Allin, because you're supposed to be the star that comes out of this. You know, like you're the pillar. Isn't he one of the pillars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This we know. This we all know.
Yeah, the pillar ain't pillaring. It seems like Christian is the pillar.
I believe they're just doing that to put over Darby Allin somehow. And you know what, too? I want to agree with somebody who made this statement that I've seen on one of these YouTube channels. I can't remember the name right now. But they said that out of everyone here, Darby Allin was the only one that really got booked really good over the years, if you really think about it. He really didn't have no shitty booking since being signed with AEW.
Is Orange Cassidy one of the pillars? No, right?
Yeah.
No.
He is.
No, he's not. They don't count him as one.
Oh, because the only person I think got better booking than Darby Allin is Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Exactly. I say those two are the best booked people in AEW right now. And
are you going to say Jungle Boy Jack Perry did not have the best booking? Don't say that.
Hell no. Hell to the nah.
They knew it wasn't working. That's why they gave Luchasaurus the Christian.
Listen, you told me that. Well, I can't remember their theme song.
Was that their whole song? I thought that was Jungle Boy's song. The whoa.
That was their tag team song. Because there was, you know, the whole Jurassic Express and the little runt dude. What's his name?
Marco Stunt.
Yeah, Marco Stunt. Is he stunted because his growth is stunted? Is that what it is?
No, AEW released them.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to him.
You were not wondering what happened to Marco Stunt.
Right. Like he was a major key or something.
I just came across my mind like as we're talking, like, you know. I was like, what the fuck happened to the guy? All right. Okay. So listen. I love Ric Flair. You know what I mean? I think quiet as kept. You know, he was always my favorite wrestler and promo. I just, there's certain people you want to remember them as they were,
Like
right?
Shawn
Like who?
Whoa.
Shawn Michaels.
Whoa.
Uh,
Whoa.
Well, I'm just saying that his last match was not.
Who, Sean?
We all erase it from our minds. It never happened.
we don't count that match. We don't count that. That was like the tag match. We don't count that.
We
But-
talking about
Oh my
Saudi
gosh, I
Arabia
can't even
with the
remember that
police
match.
instruction?
To be honest,
Yeah, we don't count that. But like I was saying, you sometimes you want to remember somebody the way they were, right? Like I want to remember Ric Flair with the robes. I want to remember with the hot catchphrases. I want to remember him coming out, with the grandiose colors and the pyro. That's what I want from Ric Flair. I don't want to see
All you
old
gotta do
ass.
is watch Charlotte.
Huh?
If that's what you want to. All you gotta do is watch Charlotte. If that's what you want
I'm
to
not
see.
doing that. Not doing that with you.
Oh,
Not
okay.
doing that with you.
I'm just offering up suggestions. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I'm
My
saying
bad.
that that's what I want to remember him as. But when I see old ass fucking Ric Flair, taking his time, getting into the ring, I'm just like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Ric Flair looked like a lost member of the Golden Girls. Like, I just couldn't understand what the fuck
Is
was
he
he doing in
black?
the ring.
no, he might be Rose.
He made it sound like Marvelous Moolah was coming out.
He did.
It was.
He did. He was along those lines.
Moolah and Mae Young came out.
All in one.
Listen, all he had
Well,
to do.
Sting
all
is
you had
Moolah and fucking Ric Flair is Mae Young.
Listen, if you close your eyes and they did the Golden Girls theme, right? You and Rick opened up, you thought Rick was on the show. Let's come on. Let's tell the truth. You would have thought Rick was on the show, right? Thank you for being a friend. All right. Okay? You thought Rick was on the show.
I'm surprised Tony didn't buy that song for that episode.
It's coming. Because don't think that Ric Flair not going to do something to get involved in the match and low blow Sting and something like that. You already know that's what's in the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, ain't he supposed to be on Sting? Okay. Ain't he supposed to be Sting's type manager for the dream match of Andrade versus Sting? That's the dream match. Remember?
Whose dream is this? Okay. Whose fucking dream is this?
Andrade doesn't
Niggas
even
playing
look like
Fight Forever.
Andrade doesn't even look like he said when he was younger. You know what? When I grow up, I want to wrestle Sting. That's my dream match. What the fuck?
Let me tell you something.
You remember they had limited TV at the time. That's probably what it was.
That's
Mm-hmm. That's probably what it was. Oh, I want to see Sting.
That's it. But wow. All right. So now I'm done with AEW for a second. We'll touch back on them in a little bit, but I want to get to WWE. Exclusively outside the WWE. Shout outs to this weekend. Vince McMahon and Undertaker attending the Tyson Fury and Frank Nagogo. I don't even know how to pronounce this man. I ain't gonna hold you.
The black man who won, but then they took it from him.
Right.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Now I know that we don't cross over. We don't cross over very, very much. But I was watching the fight, and Tyson Fury did not win. Okay.
Well,
gentlemen, Tyson Fury did not win this fight. Okay, because first of all, literally, it was down to one person. Okay, that counted that when it came to the points, it was if he went 1 point off, we would have had a different winner of the fight.
And the nigga who voted against had a fucking Tyson Fury shirt on under his tuxedo. But go ahead.
So to me, it made absolutely no sense.
There was the second judge. He skewed the points really high. He gave Tyson Fury like a 3-point win. We were like, "What fight was you watching?"
Yeah, it didn't even make sense. It literally didn't even make sense. The numbers didn't even make sense. And also, Tyson took 2 knockdowns. Like it was, it's like it didn't make sense.
And
maybe
even when he landed blows, right? Francis walked through the blows. He didn't get stunned or staggered once.
He absolutely did.
And then when you look at them standing at the end for the decision, Tyson's face, one side was all swole up, and Francis was like, "I could do this again." You know what I mean?
Listen, in the era of keeping the white man on top, this is exactly what happened there, because I totally did not understand how did this happen. I truly did not. I understand you want to keep this man as the world heavyweight champion, but the fact is that he did not win that match.
But his
He
title
did
wasn't on
not.
the line though. It was just like a exhibition.
It was an exhibition.
And they made up some rinky dink fake title for Riyadh season.
All I know is
here's what I noticed, right?
Go ahead. Tell us what you noticed.
In all these like exhibition pro fights that have somebody coming from another sport or another realm to face a quote unquote boxer, they never, if it goes to the cards, right, they'll never vote against the boxer. Because they're like, then what's the point of our sport if anybody could just come in and beat an actual boxer? And Tyson Fury is at the top of the boxing game.
But there's nobody else that. But understand, boxing is a lot. I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. Boxing is a lot different because there isn't as much matches in terms of combat fighting as other sports, and so the reigning champion could stay a champion a very long time. Surpassing Roman Reigns, and you probably don't even think that's possible. The fact is that they could stay the champion maybe 5-6 years, because especially if I don't want to say boxing picks. I don't want to say that, but especially if they handpick your opponents, okay, or who you going to go against, then you could be the champion a very long time, i.e. a Rocky Marciano, okay? You could be a champion for a very long time. So,
or you can be the champion until the next fight as well.
Exactly.
Short reign as well.
Exactly. That's true too. There was plenty of boxers that had very short reigns. Sonny Liston. Okay, he didn't have the longest reign ever. All right. But the fact is that, I thought that he did not win. He did not win. And it was just so stupid. But I said all that to say, Vince McMahon's looking old, y'all. I'm gonna hold you. Vince fucking McMahon. McMahon he didn't join Ric Flair. Okay. Let me tell you something. If there is a old people wrestling company coming out, them two need to be in that motherfucker and add Uncle Joe.
And what are they gonna do?
What? Die? No, bro. I'm sorry.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. With that cane.
Not dying. That's the goal.
Like,
all right.
Undertaker's looking at him like, yeah, you gonna make it?
Survivor Series for real.
Yo,
okay.
I was like, why don't they just get this dude a hover round? Why is he like he's trying to
because
show
he's Vince McMahon. He can't be.
It shows weakness, right?
Yeah, like he can't show his vulnerability. One thing I will say about that is what is a true testament is us as men. We're all men on this show. When we stop doing what it is that we're supposed to do and what we love, we get, kind of sort of demobilized. We've seen it in, older people that we've watched grow up, and this is a depiction of it. Vince have loved his business. He's devoted a lot of time and effort into it, and now that he really can't do it, of course, he will start to age a whole lot quicker. Can't work out as much as he used to have, one of the most insane workout regimens. So, of course, he's going to start looking old, him and Taker. Taker, like, I'm going to refer you to my hip specialist so he can have the titanium hip like Taker. So that's all I got to say about that. Oh, no, one more thing about Riyadh season. I hope that Tyson Fury fight is not an indication of any bullshit that will happen to fuck at Crown Jewel. But go ahead.
See, what you got?
I hear you.
About Grandpa Vince. Or the fight.
It made me sad seeing Vince like that.
It did.
Well, he just got spinal surgery. God damn it! And he is Vince McMahon. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's the chairman of the board. He eats a lot of steak.
He's not the chairman.
He doesn't like when people sneeze. Sneeze around me. Damn it!
Praising Vince with a hog shirt on.
You know what's funny?
You
said that thing about the sneezing. I don't know that. I only heard Paul Heyman tell that story about Vince McMahon don't like people sneezing in the meeting.
It's probably true though. I would believe that. Vince looked mad petty. He looks very petty.
Paul even said that Vince McMahon said that you sneeze, it means you have no self-control.
What?
That's
You're
what Paul
supposed to
even
sit there
said.
like the ultimate warrior. You got
you know,
this shit in the board
fight
meeting.
with
You're
that.
supposed to be like,
You know what? You low key,
You fight with that
you
motherfucker.
you can fight off a sneeze. You can
You
hold the
can't. All you gotta do is just hold your shit real quick.
sneeze back. You know what I'm saying?
You know how long them fucking board meetings probably is?
Hmm?
Them board meetings is
And
probably
they ain't got no
long.
air filters in there, nothing.
Let me tell you something.
so just-
Vince
in there
McMahon
with all
told
that
you
dust,
can't sneeze. Vince McMahon probably been peeing in a diaper since the 1980s, holding people in the meeting for 5-6 hours. That motherfucker's peeing in a
bro,
diaper.
you know the level of diaper rash you'd have.
Exactly.
They gonna give him some Balm X, like he a fucking
Exactly.
newborn baby.
Cam, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This, it was a good thing the day they decided to split the commentary teams. Now they went back to, or when it comes to these long pay-per-views, because JR old ass was peeing in a diaper back in the day. There's no way you were sitting down in that seat for 6 hours.
Where he didn't have no potty breaks. There was no potty
Yeah, come on now. And you drinking water and all that shit. And JR's a notorious cigarette smoker, so I know that was driving him nuts. That he couldn't,
That's why he was cursing Triple H out. He was having a nicotine fit.
Exactly. You gotta pee in a fucking diaper.
You Triple H, you son of a bitch.
He was having a
Get
nicotine
me
fit. Where my Newport? Where my Virginia Slim?
Yeah, what you got? How you feel about Grandpa? Getting older.
Oh, me?
No, Cam.
Oh,
I mean, look, like I said earlier, I feel sorry for the man, but I need him to just accept it. You know what I mean? Like when he was on camera, right, in the WWE, he embraced his aging. You know what I'm saying? He had the braids. I just don't like the hair dye and the mustache. That's my main thing. I cannot stand his hair dye and mustache. It looks like he in a porno. Like, I don't understand.
oh.
Mind you, allegedly he's fighting sexual assault allegations.
That's not alleged. That's not alleged. That's not alleged.
I'm gonna say alleged. I don't know.
It is. It is not
That's
alleged.
right, Cam. That's right.
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
WWE guy. That's
Like,
right.
why would you even look more like a pervert? Like, it doesn't make no sense.
And he's not. And truthfully, Cam actually is right. He's not fighting sexual allegations. He's fighting using the WWE money to pay to keep the sexual allegations quiet. He's not fighting sexual allegations. No one has brought Vince McMahon up for any charges or anything like that. So we're gonna tell the story. We got to tell the story right. He's fighting for using WWE funds to pay to keep the women quiet that he has sexual allegations with. Huh?
Where else does he get money from but the WWE? How is he?
He has. But the thing was,
the check didn't come from his personal bank account. It came from the WWE bank account.
Right, but the man had the money. The man had the money, Masquerade. The man had the money.
And he can't. He really could. Well, I'm just asking the question here.
Yeah.
He couldn't have been charged, right? Because they took the money to be quiet, right?
Yo, but the thing was,
or can they still charge him? Can they still make a complaint?
They could still make a complaint, but no one has said that it wasn't consensual. So that's the thing. No one said it wasn't consensual. It's really and truly, it's that damn finance woman. Yes, the finance woman that did the Linda trip and told about her homegirl that had relations with Vince McMahon. Okay, and that's why Vince McMahon got caught up. Vince McMahon, if Shorty never said anything, Vince McMahon would have been getting away with everything scot-free. Oh, by the way, shout out to my homeboy DJ Scott Free that watches the show as well. That wasn't a double entendre, but shout outs to him anyway. But he would have got away scot-free.
Brother.
All right. Okay. So other than that, I got one last one, and it's about Ryback, and then we're done. Okay.
Oh my God.
What? I thought you would have two.
Huh?
I thought you would have at least another one. And Rye fucking back? Go ahead.
I just no. This one's actually gonna take a little longer.
Okay. I know what this one is, I think.
Okay, so I've been watching Ryback's TikToks. Okay, huh?
Who the fuck follows Ryback?
So let me say this. let me say this.
How was he either in your algorithm, man?
Does he have feed me more challenges? Is that what he does? What is
No.
he doing?
So what happened is that you know how you end up going down a rabbit hole of stuff, right? Where you start getting where they start setting you different things or whatever. And Ryback actually came up.
Who page you was on before that? That gave you Ryback.
No. And
He said no.
what ended up happening is that so I started watching it, right? So Ryback, okay, so I think Ryback is a fanatic. I think there's something wrong with him. However, I will say the one story that I found very interesting was when he talked about his last days in the WWE, where he felt like, you know, he knew his time was up. And I always thought he was released. I didn't know that he quit from the WWE. And that was, you know, B, you ever look like, I don't know if that story is true or not, but I always thought he was released. I never knew that he actually walked out on the WWE and he told Vince McMahon to go fuck himself. Now,
that might be true.
You know, and
then he was released after he did that. Okay.
But he claims that he actually walked out. He said in WWE Raw was in St. Louis and he got to the arena. Carano told him that Vince and Triple H want to have a meeting with him, and he said, "No, I'm good." He said, "I'm good." Now, where the story doesn't make sense is if you know
the beginning.
The company, if you knew you were walking out the company, and I'm glad you just said that. If you knew you were walking out of the company that night, why would you drive to the arena? That is the part that I just.
I'm gonna show up like OJ when he was taking his shit.
Like he was sure, but when he
this
got
ain't
there,
1996 when I walked into McDonald's and told the manager to go fuck himself. So when I used to work there, because he tried to fire me for not frying the fries at the right temperature. No, you don't rent the fucking vehicle, drive to the St. Louis arena, and then quit. That story makes absolutely no sense.
I'm still get my check, right? Because I drove here. I'm gonna still get my check. All right. Exactly. Now I don't want to go to the meeting Karamo. They sending my check in the mail. That's what happened.
Fellas, what y'all think?
Every time I hear about Ryback, he always just full of shit. Like what? Like how you just said, like, why would you come all the way up over here if you know you gonna quit? You mean to tell me you done spent your money on renting a car, probably spent your money on booking a flight, probably spent your money on getting a hotel, just to come up there and be like, yo, you know what? Vincent, Triple H, I want you can kiss my ass. Furthermore, who in the blue hell did Ryback think he was?
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure this out because you know who you were? You were a bald head, another Goldberg with nasty teeth and bad in-ring work. That's who you were. Your teeth was disgusting.
You didn't like
yuck mouth. He had yuck mouth. He was pissing me off. Okay.
I actually got one more story, by the way.
His finishing move should have been called the chewer, or the jaws lock, or something.
Look, I agree. I
think you guys need to put a little bit more respect on Ryback's name. Okay.
Okay.
Because if you fail to remember, he was the biggest threat to CM Punk's title reign than anybody else. Okay.
He hurted him.
His words. Right. Okay. Anybody that stepped in the ring with Ryback was getting eaten. Okay. Because you got to feed that man more. All right. So you got to take his words as golden, guys. What he says is the truth. And that's what happened. Now, what did happen was he wasn't sure if he was going to quit. You know, you're not sure about something.
Mm-hmm.
And you just you go through the motions, but that as soon as Carano probably told him, like, look,
they want to talk to you in the back.
They want to talk to you. He's like, you know what, fuck that, I'm quitting. You know,
but why not hear it out first and then make the decision? Like, you know what, I quit.
Yeah, he probably knew you got caught. That's what happened. He was like, I wonder if they know about what
we know Karama was sending niggas shit home in garbage bags. So we know he was like, listen, Hunter and Triple H and Vince want to talk to you in the back. They're about to fire your ass, but do you want to go talk to them? He's like, no, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not going. No, I quit. So
he claims he had 6 months left on his contract, so they couldn't have been firing that day.
Yeah, they was going to let him know that he was going to be on Superstars.
Okay, makes sense.
So look, like, I don't know the back door, the back deals. I don't know if y'all know, but like in that situation, you got time left on your contract. If you quit, do they have to pay you the rest of your time, or you forfeit all that?
When you voluntarily quit, you basically forfeit, but you can go back and try to fight for what you believe is owed to you based on whatever the labor laws is for whatever contract you sign, if it's in a clause in it.
And also, I think he presented the case that he felt he was harassed. So that's what he was saying. He felt like he was harassed. Because let's not get it twisted. He did sue the WWE. Okay, so he did feel, some sort of way that he was harassed. I don't know if he actually got paid out the rest of his contract, but he did walk off before it was up. Now,
I also would like to clarify before you go to your next story. The biggest threat to CM Punk title was not Ryback; it was fucking CM Punk's attitude. Hopefully, he get it together when he comes on back. But go ahead, Mashout.
Why you did that?
I wanted to make sure.
Why you did? You starting to sound like Masquerade Cam, like you up here taking up for the WWE, heavy. Okay.
Excuse me.
I just want to say.
I started this show by stating that I'm a WWE guy. I love wrestling. I love pro wrestling. I love it all. Professional wrestlers. I like WWE. They do what they need to do for me. I'm just gonna be the only one on here that admits it. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead, D. Go ahead.
I was birthed into the WWE. Okay,
that's not what you said last week. You said you were.
I was there.
There's WWE fans. There's AEW fans. Then there's wrestling fans. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a wrestling fan. That's what you said.
That's bullshit. I was selling.
You
can't be bullshit. You fucking said it.
That's exactly Brandon's point. That's bullshit.
I was selling.
You were selling what?
I was selling.
I was
selling more viewership. Come on.
More viewership.
You know what to do. The views to 82. Listen,
what?
I think
we're on the cruise to 82s.
Listen, all I'm saying is, I guess I'm a man on his own island here. I guess I am.
You're probably in the island of AEW.
No, okay? I'm an actual wrestling fan.
No, I'm an actual wrestling fan too, but I know that WWE put on the best product.
Look,
that's what I'm saying.
I started watching, the WCW as a child. Then I started. That's
why you like that Ric Flair Sting shit they did. That's why you like
it.
I
did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that. Okay, I did not say that.
Let me ask you a question, Mashout.
Yeah. I'm listening.
You come from money?
Huh?
You come from money?
I don't come from money, no.
Because how you was watching WCW as a child?
I had cable, yes.
I didn't have access to cable. No, my parents had regular ass TV. You know what I used to watch? The WWF. That's what I
would watch the WWF.
I didn't see WCW
night.
That was my team.
I was watching WCW Saturday night. I started being a WWE fan somewhere around 91. Like, not the Attitude Era. Shut up. Okay, somewhere around 91, 92. Around that era.
The reason why you became a fan of that in that era, because that's when Flair came his ass up to WWE. You think you slick, huh? Caught your ass. Exactly. I caught you. Caught you right there.
Listen, I watch a lot of wrestling, okay? And I'm not a WWE mark. I'm not saying my co-hosts are. I'm not accusing.
Why? Because that's the problem. That's the problem. I'm about to
no. You want me to tell you the problem is? No. Let me tell you what the problem is. I'm the only goddamn Taurus on here, and everybody here is a Sagittarius. So that is, we're going to talk about problems.
That doesn't have nothing to do with anything.
That's it.
Absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Fucking it. Okay.
Well, you got 3 arrows,
You're a
buddy.
Ric Flair fan.
My grandmother used to have a saying, "What that got to do with the price of tea in China?"
Yeah, a
I
lot.
still
Yeah, a
use
lot.
that.
As a matter of fact, a lot. If I knew the
I
price,
use
I'd
that
actually
saying
spend it.
still, Cam. That has nothing to do with it. The fact of the matter is, right? You liked wrestling before that, and you held a grudge with Vince McMahon because of WrestleMania 1. If you're gonna tell a story, tell it all, tell the truth.
No.
It all makes sense now.
No.
This is why he always talks about Vince. Now Vince is not there. He made the announcement on last week's show, and if you guys tuning in, he made the announcement last week that Vince is no longer in control. It was a celebratory moment. It was celebratory.
It was a great moment. It's the greatest moment in the Three Amigos podcast history. All right, the day we
pieces of the puzzle are fitting.
no longer writing the show,
and we'll be doing that when TK does it as well. Because then we'll be watching and not watching highlights and joining the conversation about AEW. But don't nobody watch it, but you, Sting, and Ric Flair.
Listen. All I'm saying is that, you know, the fact of the matter is that I feel there's a conspiracy theory because I don't sit here and kind of get on the show and sit on my perch and talk about the WWE and yes, you know they do this and they do that. No, what I do say is I do admit the WWE does better in terms of putting a better product on. Tony Khan,
but that's the topic.
Stay with me for a second. Okay, stay with me. Okay, Tony Khan does not admit what he does not know. So at the end of the day, because he wants to do everything, the other product is automatically going to be better. That's just what it is. Because you don't want to sit and admit you need help. Tony Khan needs fucking help. It is hard for anybody to sit there and say they're going to write for an entire show. I'm sorry, an entire roster of wrestlers. That's hard. That's keeping up with storylines. That's trying to get people engaged into the product. That's also trying to get merchandise sold and things of that nature. That's a very hard thing to do, and you can't do it by yourself. The one thing I will give to WWE is WWE is a machine. They are a company that actually is a wrestling corporation. Okay, they're not a company that just got into wrestling. The WWE has been in the wrestling for, you know, a century. All right, from all the way from, you know, Vince's grandfather Tootsmont to Vince McMahon Sr. to Vince McMahon now to Triple H. The fact is that this is a company that has heritage in the business. So you can't sit there and say for any second that you're going to compete against them, right? This is what they do. This is in their bloodline, no pun intended. This is something that they do on a daily basis. So yes, I will say that Tony Khan does not admit what he does not know, and that's why the program sucks.
Listen,
last week it was the WWE signees that came over to AEW is why the product sucks. This week is because Tony Khan don't listen. It's still
Tony Khan don't negate
the fact.
I say this about Tony Khan every week. I say it about every week. Tony Khan
every single week.
Every week I say Tony Khan don't admit what he don't know. I say that every week. I don't listen. This is Shannon talking to Skip. Skip. I say this every week. Skip. Okay, every week I come on the show and I say Tony Khan does not admit what he does not know. It's every week. Tony Khan is a person that unfortunately has a vendetta against the WWE. That's just what it is.
That is the thing that y'all share in common, is what I'm trying to say.
Against the WWE. I just gave their fucking history. I just said from Toots goddamn mouth. Listen. I gave the story of how this story. First of all, WWE was a boxing company before it was the WWE. Okay, they were doing boxing matches in Madison Square Garden. I know the history of the company. I respect the grind. I don't respect the man, but I definitely respect the grind of the company.
There you go. What man you don't respect?
Vincent Kenny McMahon Jr.
What I said.
Okay, that's who I don't respect.
How you cannot respect the man who came in this motherfucker with $1 million grand? No. I was trying to do the whole shit. It didn't work. But he came in with $1 million, dog. My man is a billionaire now, man. He turned this thing into a globalization of worldwide wrestling, fighting sports.
Look,
easy. I think WWE is the only, like, if WWE was a person, like how they do their talent, WWE is the only persons I know that rebuild themselves so many times and they kept winning. You know what I mean?
They
I
was
don't think
losing.
they had
They lost sometimes. They lost
when
sometimes. They lost
when
sometimes.
they all right.
You
They
didn't buy a
lost.
Bastion Booger t-shirt. You didn't buy a Bastion Booger t-shirt. Nor
I
an
mean,
Adam Bomb t-shirt.
and also,
listen. I just
oh,
said if WWE was a person,
Look,
if WWE was a person, they'll be Seth Rollins. As many times as they reinvent themselves, and it became a success.
He got
That's
reinvented
it.
every time
That's
he
my.
loses.
Listen to me.
hot mess.
You remember that? Remember in Dark Knight with Joker? That was my favorite part. Look at me.
Right.
All
Shouts
I'm
out. Rest
saying
in
is-
peace to Heath Ledger. Right.
yeah, rest in peace to him.
Yes.
You know, here's what I'm saying. The bottom line is, right? I'm going to disagree to a certain extent. I think you're right, D, but I'm going to disagree to a certain extent because there was a good 20-year run. WWE had nobody against them. And we're not going to count no god awful TNA, which that was the last story I wanted to get to. So you can't say they reinvented themselves until AEW came about. That's it. That was the last 20 years. Wrestling kind of sucked. Okay, let's
Generation. What was it? The Generation Era, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era.
okay.
What was the era after Ruthless Aggression?
Yeah,
What they call that?
Watching the product era.
Call it the modern
Okay.
era, but it was really that ruthless aggression to modern era where they was unchallenged, pretty much. Because after they,
It was unchallenged for a while.
Yeah.
After they took WCW out in 2001, it was the WWE had a run for the longest.
and that
Many
was the ruthless
companies-
aggression era. Actually, the ruthless aggression era came right after that.
Right. Many companies came and went at that time. And the thing is that look, I'm not taking away what the WWE has done for professional wrestling. Because I would be a grade A jackass to sit there and say for a second that the WWE did not contribute to or improve professional wrestling. Okay? Or improve professional wrestling. However,
I'm
However-
sorry. I'm allergic to
you
jackasses.
you can't take away that they went harder when they thought there was actual competition. That's just who they are as a company.
Mm-hmm.
The product is elevated. You're right. The product is definitely elevated.
Listen, I don't need you to listen. I don't need you to help me, Masquerade Cam.
Everybody
You just been
wins.
quiet for the last 15 minutes.
They said it.
The
They
fact
said it.
is that I don't.
They said it from the
Listen, I
beginning.
was on my perch by myself, brother. I know this already. Okay.
All right. I mean, are you done? Have you climbed down off this pedestal? Have you climbed
Hell
down?
no, I'm just getting started.
All right.
The last, no,
We're trying to keep the show under 2 hours now. We're trying to keep it under 2 hours.
the last. Come out there, take him off. The last.
You just fucking mic.
No, the last topic I want to get to is TNA is now going back into arenas. So starting at their first pay-per-view in January, they're going back traveling on the road again. Fellas, what do you think?
I think that's a
actually
marvelous
go
thing.
when they're wrestling at like in Bridgeport, Connecticut, or like what is that? Westbury State Fair. Like when they go there, I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm so excited. I'm gonna see. I gotta see Naomi. I mean,
How
Trinity.
close do they come to New York?
I think
Bridgeport. That's
Yeah,
the
they-
closest they go.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
might do a Manhattan Center.
What about UBS? They can't do UBS or
Maybe they'll.
I don't know. You know, here's the thing.
Usher,
I don't think they're going into big arenas just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
they
this
gonna
is just a good thing all around. In my opinion, it's a good thing all around because now we have 3 different wrestling companies that we can just go and see. Like, you know what I mean? And TNA is in need of a resurgence, right?
Yes.
So it's coming this January.
Right.
They picking up some good talent. There should be some more talent expected to come from the releases from WWE, right? And now in January, their first pay-per-view back as TNA is hard to kill. I think this is a great thing moving forward for them, because they lost some of my eyes from the product, turning themselves into Impact, and then ever since I guess the COVID era, they started wrestling like in a gym or something like that.
Right.
It kind of takes away from it. Like, I don't know. Like, I like seeing big crowds. It gets me excited. I want to see how many more people is excited for the product. So I can't wait to see it. First show they are closest to New York. I'm going.
All right. Cam, what you got?
I mean, it's to be seen, to be honest. I mean, what the prices are going to be for the tickets, right? It has to be super affordable. They got to be basically almost giving it away, right? But
why would they give away tickets? And
I know they have to charge, but what are they going to charge? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
Are you saying this is Bingo Hall Wrestling?
Saudis just said they was wrestling in the gym. It's not bingo.
That was for the pandemic, not
It's
now
gym
that they're research. Okay.
And now aren't they wrestling in the gym still?
They're gonna rent out a college campus
or a theater, wherever they be wrestling at.
Either or a theater or a college campus is very good to see.
Well, you know,
a lot of people.
I am
maybe
excited.
other companies should
to
take notes, but go ahead.
Talent that I've only seen on TV live. I would go to a TNA show. I think it's a good thing. I mean, like at the end of the day, we all love wrestling, right? And they actually do have talented veterans and some good rooks over there at TNA. Just wait to be seen. You know,
the thing is, I like when all these companies do something that the other one isn't doing.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps them like 10 steps ahead. So we can see that coming from them now. You know what I mean? Like, let's say like an NXT. Maybe they'll start moving on a week to week basis,
right?
In an arena. It don't have to be that much. You can go somewhere intimate, little 2,000, and you know what I mean. And I feel like they can compete with TNA. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. Like NXT versus TNA or some extra shit like that. Instead of AEW. It's just more competition for all three promotions.
You want to add anything?
To about TNA going on tour?
Yeah.
I think it's superb for them. Once again, I feel like first of all, people need to stop acting like people who go to Dynamite when it's in town, the town near you, act like they don't go to Raw, act like they don't go to SmackDown. If you're into professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you call it, when it comes to town and you want to see these talents in person, you're gonna go. So if they come in somewhere, I'm willing to see TNA and I'm willing to see Trinity. So they need to keep her. So I want to see her. I'm interested in seeing Trinity live.
Let me just add this real quick. Real quick. New York City has two home teams of everybody. There's the Knicks, there's the Nets, there's the Yankees, there's the Mets, right? So it doesn't fucking matter. AEW, WWE, you're gonna go see either or. Take your fucking pick.
I agree.
This was about TNA though, but okay.
He's saying
whatever, all of the things.
Go anywhere when they come to New York. I think that's the point he's trying to make.
I'm going to end on this note with my what I was going to say was I'm excited to see how far they're going to go. Right, they're back on the road. Like I said last week or the week before, I said I don't know because usually the writing is pretty bad. But at the end of the day, if the program's going to get better and they're going to go into these arenas, then I'm all for it. That's all I got for the Turnbuckle Talk this week. Random thought.
All right, it's time to light it up and take a puff. Let's open up the smoking section. Sour D's, what you got for us on the smoking section?
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? How you feeling? What I got for you this week on the smoking section? How about this guy? They're calling now. He just made his debut tonight. Excuse me, not tonight. this past week on NXT, we talking about Lexus King, formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr. from AEW. He is now in NXT, for those who don't know, and he's going by the name of Lexus King. He had a great showing past Tuesday on NXT Halloween Havoc. For those who didn't see it, go watch it. It was a pretty good show. His entrance was good. His entrance, I love the entrance. Just off the entrance, it was dope. His in-ring style. I used to think like Velveteen Dream. Remember when Velveteen Dream was in like wrestling and he used to be a little sloppy and it started looking good? I think it just goes with the character. This was the same thing with Lexus King. He's like a Velveteen Dream to me. Pretty good moveset. He went against I don't even know the guy's name right now. I think his name is Dante J or something like that. He's one of those guys.
Enhancement match.
Yeah, it was an enhancement match. But pretty much thus far, he made a name for himself this past Tuesday. Did you guys get to see it? What do you think?
I watched it. I definitely watched it. It was entertaining. I like the rebranding, the repackaging. The entrance was crazy. I would agree with that. Match was better. I'm looking forward to see how far this man goes. I think that it is a breath of fresh air to see him in a brand new company.
I mean, I saw it as well. He had a very, very great showing. I'm hoping that he taps into the potential that we didn't get to see Brian Pillman get into, and that's what I'm looking forward to. He was a little rough around the edges, but that's okay. That's why he's in NXT. I almost feel bad for him because I feel like him and Jade came together, and they're gonna be a part of like this elite class that we talk about down the line. They're like, yo, they came over, they crossed over, and they were able to become, big stars or big players in the game. One will be a big superstar, and the other will be a big player in the game. And I look forward to that. Cam?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out which one will be either or.
We already know who the big star is. It's Jay Cargill. But anyway, yeah. So it was actually a really good pay-per-view all together. But Lexus King did stand out.
It was on USA, but
it was a special. Was it a pay-per-view?
I mean, it's like you gotta give it the rep. You know what I mean? I give it the.
I'd rather give it the rep of it being a special on a Tuesday night.
Fine, it was on USA. Yes, thank you. But they treated extra. It wasn't just an episode of NXT. It was Halloween Havoc. Okay. We've had historic Halloween Havocs in the past. All right. Anyway, now Lexus King, I did like it. I mean, at first, I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of the repackaging. I like the legacy of carrying on, the Brian Pillman character. Now it's his son. It was like Naruto and Boruto. At first, that's how I looked at it. But it'll work. You know what I mean? Because people who mainly just watch the WWE product may not be, hip to what was going on with him prior in AEW. So this would be, and him having a nice solo run was well needed for his career because his little tag team thing was alright, but it wasn't going nowhere. So this was much needed and much refreshing.
Okay.
I'd love to see Jungle Boy come over, but go ahead.
Whoa! His name is Jack Perry.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I was about that Jungle Boy shit.
Well, that's the last time I saw it.
Well, it's like what my grandmother used to tell me. Baby, go down to the Bendex.
What that mean?
Yeah, you gotta
The
explain
laundromat. That's why I'm like, Grandma, why do you call it a Bendex? Like, okay. But
is that the name of that particular laundromat, Bendex?
I don't know.
Anybody listening or watching, if your grandmother called the laundromat the Bender, comment below. I'm interested in knowing if it was ever called that and why. Put us on. Put us on.
Your grandma was
know.
smoking in the smoking section.
You know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So speaking of people leaving AEW, the son of Arn Anderson, Brock Anderson, he is now severed ties. I don't think severed ties is a good way to say that. So,
If you live on bad terms, yeah, you're severing ties.
Yeah, it wasn't on bad terms, but AEW decided not to re-sign him, and they released him. So hopefully, and Arn Anderson left the company as well.
I was about to say because
He left with his son.
Nightmare Family's Kaputski.
I guess.
Arn and the Glock is gone from the Dynamite.
You know what?
And the Glock is gone.
You know what? Son of a bitch. You just stole my goddamn line. I was about to come through with that.
My bad.
You know what? Just go. Somebody just.
Great minds think alike. No, go ahead. Finish the smoking section. My bad. Wasn't it?
No. Now you ruined me. You just fucked me up.
Well, let me just say this. Do you think Arn really left because Rick is coming in and now they don't get along anymore?
Well, I think you would be able to tell us more than anybody.
Wow.
Well, do you feel like
that's deep.
I didn't even put two and two together like that.
They don't get along anymore. They don't talk. Apparently, on one of Ric Flair's interviews, he said that when he was going through everything, first with his son dying, he said Arn didn't call, and the second one was when he was in the hospital. He said Arn didn't call. So he said that they had conversation with each other, and basically Arn was like, "I'm good, I'm good. I'm good on this friendship." And what and is it possible that he left because Rick now is a part of AEW?
Right. So, but what did Rick do to Arn that Rick probably don't even remember he did?
Well, I think Arn Anderson has.
I don't think either one of them remember. They just know they mad.
I think that Arn Anderson,
like the movie Life, remember? It's just mad at each other for no reason.
That's my movie.
I think that Arn Anderson, in his mind, put up with a lot of shit from Ric Flair all these years, and he also was the buffer between him and the WWE for a good while. And and maybe he fed up. Maybe he was fed up, but I don't know if that's a reason not to contact him when he loses his child and when he was in the hospital. Because the bottom line is, you were best friends. That's really fucked up. At the end of the day, death usually brings people together. So the fact that the man lost his son, that you knew his son, so you didn't call him. I'm not defending Ric Flair's actions in any way, shape, or form, but I just say, damn, you know what I mean? You don't want to call the man and say, like, I'm sorry to hear, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. You just went on with life. So maybe, but every man, has to carry their own cross. And maybe he has his reasoning on why he decided he didn't want to deal with Ric Flair anymore.
I'm telling you, these type of situations, somebody did something that he couldn't come back from, and then they don't remember. You know what I'm saying? He probably said a joke or did something wild, crazy, and Arn was like, "Nah, I'm done with this dude. He don't know boundaries." Rick I think Rick clearly don't know boundaries. So
here's the thing.
Ugh.
People
can't separate the character from the man. He don't even know who the man is outside of Ric Flair.
But Cam, people know when they did you wrong. People are not stupid. They may pretend that they don't know what the fuck is going on, but they know when they did you wrong. People absolutely 1000% know when they did you wrong, and they know the instance of when they did you wrong, right? They're just hoping that you're not thinking about that instance. And some people come to a point in their life, they're like, fuck this. This is not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's how Arn is feeling. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I'm just saying, people know when they did you wrong. That's just what it is. And I think maybe that's the case here. Because I do believe that Arn had a hand in Rick not coming after the plane ride from hell episode on Darker Side of the Ring. I think Arn had a hand in that.
He said, "Let me tell you something. Hurry up and air that episode of the Dark Side of the Ring of the plane ride from hell. Because I want to make sure everybody know that Ric Flair is a piece of shit. I'm going to get my Glock." That's what happened. I'm telling you this.
These like I was about to do it again. I'm sorry. What
I'm just move on from that subject because it don't make no damn sense at this point.
Called gimmick and I know D.
Yo, you know, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know. I was watching Fresh Prince the other day, and that shit always takes me out. The part where his father did what? How come you don't love me, man? That's what he's saying about Jada right now.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. He definitely is.
Every time she talk about Tupac.
Listen.
All right.
By the way, shout out to Jada that did a whole tour of tearing down Will Smith and tanking in her book sales. You know, like that.
She tanked in her book sales.
Yo, nobody wants to buy this book, bro. Nobody
it's doing really bad. They can't even yo D. They can't even sell the fucking Audible, bro.
Oh my God.
Even the Audible is doing terrible.
Oh shit. Oh man.
She fucked up with the cover. The cover is unattractive. Nobody cares about that cover. I don't know what she was going for.
Let me say something. Jada Smith ain't nothing but a whole bunch of neck. Okay, they ain't nothing. You know.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Her early days though, you know, she was on my fantasy list.
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah. Jason's Jada Pinkett.
Because you seen her getting fucked in the grass. I ain't gonna front. I started liking Jada Pinkett and set it off. He was
That's it.
With the braids?
And
he was in a bond, Nate. Well, I kind of like that in Low Down Dirty Shame too. She had the tomboy thing going on and all that. Yeah, I like Jada was
sweatpants the whole movie. Like that's why I was a little confused. Like that movie, she had, you know what I'm saying? The whole movie she was running around with orange sweatpants.
But she she admitted that, you know, she's actually jealous of Will. That's it probably is leading to why she's like tearing him down.
Because she's not in movies anymore?
Yeah, her career stalled and his career just kept going up. You know what I mean?
I thought she was the queen of the red table talk and shit.
But she admitted it on there. Like she had to create her own shit. But still it was not on the level of Will. Like Will is the breadwinner of that whole franchise family. Like that's even his kids stopped pulling weight. I mean
well, you know it's not going to be a little breadwinner now for their family because they're injured once more again. Bryan Danielson.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's reported that he has a broken orbital bone.
His wife is supposed to be coming to AEW, so maybe there would be money coming in.
Look,
and I guess see, and this goes back to what you reported earlier in the Turnbuckle Talk Mashout when you said John Moxley went up to Tony and say they want to take the matches more safe, have more safety during their matches, because now look what we have right now. A top star in Bryan Danielson is now injured once more again, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know, a broken orbital bone.
Question.
Now that's just crazy.
I did see the show, but I don't remember the moment where he got hit in the face. I just remember seeing him on the floor holding his face.
Okada did it, thinking he was in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This was during the tag match.
Nigga forgot because they ain't got safety rules, and then nigga just said, "Yo, Tony, can I do it?" Tony's like, "Yeah, sure."
Allegedly.
Do what you do. I'm just saying this is what I I figure the views and
The
opinions expressed
gesture,
by me is
allegedly.
how it went in my head. We didn't say
He
this is
said-
an actual fact.
I'm glad
Okay?
you viewed and expressed yourself.
Shit. People should know that. They
Nah.
be on season 2
Well-
by now. Anyway, this is
Well-
how it went.
Now I ain't gonna pro. What's that British announcer name again on AEW?
Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel.
That's my
Now,
guy.
I'm a Bryan Daniel Bryan fan. I love that guy, right? Well, he started calling him Daniel Brittleson. It had me on the floor. I was like, "Yo, you disrespectful bastard."
Maybe that's how it translates over there.
Daniel Brittleson.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you like? Segue into that. Do you like Nigel McGuinness as a heel announcer?
Look, if Wade Barrett could still have a job in WWE commentating, I think Nigel is fine doing it.
What you mean? Wade Barrett is good. He's better than
Wade Barrett is good, but
KP.
Nigel.
I can't.
I'm a fan of Nigel McGuinness from
Me
since
too.
NXT.
I can't stand Wade Barrett.
But I'm just saying because he was like a what do you say? He was putting the wrestlers over face wise, you know. So now him being in AEW, you know, he's coming off like a heel sometimes.
Yeah, he's definitely the heel announcer. Definitely.
I mean, the idea of a heel announcer changed so much, right? It's the days of
Because
Jerry
Corey Graves
Lawler's
be
gone.
selling the faces.
Yeah, like I need somebody back like King. I need somebody. That's who I want
the
back.
best. Yo, Jerry the King was the best at being a heel announcer, bro.
He was,
Yeah, but even Jerry King is the same way nowadays too. He's not like the heel Jerry King like he used to be.
Like
We really don't have no heel announcers.
the thing about it is they're heel announcers until something goes too far. If something goes too far, you see like they're kind of like, all right, well, they'll curve it down a little bit. You know what I mean? But for the most part, when they lean into it, as far as the antics are concerned, you know what I mean?
right. What you got, D?
Okay, next up on the list. Because they was talking about the man earlier in the group sometime in the week. Karrion Kross is now expected for a push coming up after Crown Jewel. So
He's
you
not.
know what I mean? This is good news for me. We haven't seen them on televised TV
Right.
in some weeks, months.
I'm
So
all
now, what's up? Everybody's getting repackaged and something going on with them right now. Something's going on. It's something going on for everybody right now.
Listen, you can't fall off the ground. I'm absolutely all for it because at this point, you know,
But you can't get buried under it. You
listen,
can't get buried under it.
the only thing that was left was him to call for Jesus because when the releases came, I thought his name was on it. I had to get the magnifying glass because when I was looking for Karrion Kross's name on the releases, I said, "All right, here we go, Karrion Kross." It didn't happen, and that's what I was like. You know, I said they gotta see something in this guy. So you know what? I'm all for it. Why the fuck not?
Look, you know what? They do see something, and he does have something. But like, he had, I guess what you call the lightning in the bottle when he was on NXT, and the fact that I don't know whose idea it was to change his thing when they first put him on the main roster, and they try to make him look like Kratos.
It was Vince McMahon.
Yeah, right. They try to. And then they took Scarlett away from him. It took away all his momentum. And then he lost his first match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lost to Jeff Hardy.
And I'm like, what?
Exactly.
Like this dude was murdering people literally in NXT.
No chance. That's what
It
you
was
got.
like, he must have pissed him off, bro, because I was like, yo, what is really going on here?
Silly politician.
He came back. I mean, I give kudos to anybody who was running around bald and grow a full head of hair, you know. But I think he was looking more.
He was more of a threat.
He looked more threatening with the NXT look than this current look that he got.
I don't think it's because of the current look now. I think it's because when he got called up, like how you said, when he got called up from NXT the first time, and they fucked everything up and they made him look like a fool. Had he come up there with had he came up there with Scarlett and he let him do his thing, let him be who he was, he would have been a threat. He would still been a threat going forward. Right about now, he would probably been a champion. I would say 2 times over, but he would have been a champion somewhere. You know what I mean? But now that we have him here, people are seeing him, and he's kind of like, we're not interested no more. We're not
Here's
really.
the thing, right? I listen to all of you guys' opinions and views, and I wholeheartedly agree on a lot of it. However, the real problem with Karrion Kross, yes, he did come up and he was booked horribly by Vince, but also Piper Niven was named Dewdrop. Like, we don't her name was Dewdrop, and right now she's like her and Chelsea Green storyline is like dope. I'm interested in them. So there's redemption. The problem with Karrion Kross is, one, I'm gonna tell you what really fucked up Karrion Kross, and I don't know if y'all will agree or not, is the fact that Randy Orton got injured. Okay? Because I feel like people who could have been in rivalries with Karrion Kross, i.e. this stupid ass Drew McIntyre with this stupid ass fucking sword. This is things that we could have seen on TV and could have had compelling storylines, but they did not book Karrion Kross right in order for him to be in rivalries with people like Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton if he wasn't injured. Hell, you could have had him run through fucking riddles since y'all were going to get rid of him anyway. And I think that was the problem with Karrion Kross. Now he's being repackaged for the 4th time. We'll see if it worked. I appreciate seeing Scarlett host Halloween Havoc with Shotzi. That was really cool. Other than that, Scarlett is the star to me, and I hope that this is a good thing for Karrion Kross.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, when they announced Scarlett, I was like, who the fuck is Scarlett again? Like, I couldn't picture, because when she's not standing next to Karrion, I don't recognize her. It was just me. It was like a split moment. I was like, oh, okay, I remember.
Because to me, it's very Mark Merrow Sable. I see Scarlett
Right.
first and then see Karrion Kross. But you know what? We got different. Everybody got different eyes. So I'm gonna just mind my business about that.
No, I just peeped your vision. I see your intuition.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Anything else in the smoking section?
Yeah, I got one more thing. Congratulations to Lyra Valkyria, if I'm saying her name right. She went head to head past Tuesday, Halloween Havoc, against Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's title, and she is now the new NXT Women's Champion. So that means Becky Lynch is no longer the NXT Women's Champion. So what we have to say is, and what I have to wonder in my mind ponders, what is next for Becky Lynch?
What a transition.
I think, I mean, look, they keep showcasing Jade everywhere, but I think they tend to, I think it's from what my opinion, maybe I'm also biased, but I like to see Becky Lynch get her ass handed to her.
That's every fucking time.
Right.
She just wins at the end like Hulk Hogan and Johnson.
I want to see Jade really start a program against Bex.
You want to see, let me get this straight. You want to see newly polished Jade Cargill against the mind Becky Lynch.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I only see it going in Jade's favor. Like, they got to put her over. All this hype, they got to put her over. And so to me,
okay, so let's say you were booking it. How would you book Becky Lynch?
Well, first of all, I mean, all congrats to Lyra. She actually out wrestled Becky, and I really love the match.
Don't stall, nigga. How would you book Becky Lynch?
I know, because she sucks. She sucks. I hate it. Like, she only has swag on the mic, right? And she's, a pretty face, I guess. But other than that, she's just Her in ring is just horrible.
Wait, did you answer my question? How would you
No.
I'm about to.
vote on Becky Lynch?
I would have kept the title on her. Right? And then I would have started to build Jade into a storyline where she clashes with Becky and then takes the title.
So you're saying that like Jade coming in would bypass the whole rest of the roster and get to the title?
No, I said build a storyline. Like maybe she'd start. You know how things work at NXT. You could be one or two people and then get a title shot.
That's not quite how it be working in NXT like that, but I guess.
Whoa, you got that? You got that Tony Khan booking. What the fuck is that? I'll just have Becky retain the title, then somehow, some way, I'll just build up to lead her to Jade. What?
Hold on. Let's not pretend, right, that when Braun Breaker was champion, that at the end of every pay-per-view, somebody just came and just started attacking my brother. Now, mind you, they had a couple good matches, and then that led to it. But like, not all of them was ready for a title match.
So you go with like the stereotypical.
He had a title. So what's the point we making? That was 2.0. We don't address that. Like we don't address other things. We don't address 2.0.
No, what I see Becky going into a program with Rhea. I see that happening. Because Rhea is the mommy. Becky's the man. There's going to be dominance for Raw, right? Because we won't get to the predictions later on. We get to the predictions later on. So we'll tell you how that will lead up to Becky and her. Okay. Anybody else?
No. I don't know what to do with Becky. I'm not a fan of Becky, so I really don't know what to do with her. I really don't know what to do with that bitch. I really, excuse my language, that's the man. I don't know what to do with her. I apologize. Sorry, Cam. I apologize.
What you sorry for?
At least he called a woman.
Shit, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do with the person, and and I really don't. I honestly could see this woman off television for a while because there's no, what it is? They booked themselves in a corner with her. So what really could you do with her at this point? I see the Rhea Ripley thing, but I see that for a while down the road. It's not anything that's going to come up anytime soon because Rhea Ripley's on fire right now, and she has a whole roster of people for her to really get through at this point. And I just don't see it. I don't know what to do with it. That's why they put her in NXT because listen, I was.
I don't even think y'all need to pick on me after this because that's everything I have.
There's nothing to do with her.
No,
there's nothing to do with this woman. Literally, it's
become a Grand Slam champion.
That's good. That's wonderful.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with Mashout. I have her sit out for a while. Let Rhea run through the women's roster.
This is a good exit strategy.
Let her build up. Did she ever win the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember she hijacked it and went out and won the Rumble.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't between that. She jumped in, like Brock did as well. They just jumped in.
Oh, okay. So here we go, Cam. Now here I can help you right now, Cam. All right. She comes back in the Rumble. All right. Jade is there. Okay. I got you. They somehow get into it. Jade is going to eliminate Becky, of course. So she's going to lose her shot at getting a chance to get to Rhea. But somewhere, somehow, somewhere in the middle, on a road to WrestleMania, okay? On a road to WrestleMania,
Maybe
somewhere down that
Elimination
road.
Chamber. She wins Elimination Chamber.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I don't think she's gonna.
Because Jade will pick Charlotte, and we'll get Jade and Charlotte at Mania, and then it'll be Becky and she wins her shot at the Elimination Chamber, and you get Becky and Rhea at Mania.
Ooh, and that's how you fucking book, okay?
So do we need Nia Jax to, beat up Becky Lynch right now to take her off of TV? Maybe, she does, I
Or
don't
she
know.
could sit on her ribs instead of sitting on
I
her
think
face.
right now her
And that's-
losing that
let me
title
tell you
is a good exit. It's just a good break.
Listen, that between what you just said the name the Samoan. Oh, I just lost
Nia
my
Nia Jax.
and Becky Lynch. That's gonna go from a work to a shoot because she's really gonna hurt her. So that's how that match is gonna go.
That's the whole reason we got the man in the first place. I mean, it's only right to help, boost her career again. They could revisit that. Maybe they could do that. Maybe Nia, well, like you said, we get your predictions. This is something for Nia to do, and this is something for Becky to do. Let's give them, you broke my nose. Go through all of those things, and maybe that's
Nia
what
could
they
be
could
the
do.
one. Nia could be the one to put the man down for now. Give Nia something good to do.
Exactly.
Let Becky stay away for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you need us, we're here. Okay? We are the bookers of the year. Okay? The three fucking amigos. We the trios. Okay? Okay.
You damn right.
And that,
You got anything else on the smoking section with that said?
listen, the blunt is fucking out. Clip it.
He has clipped the blunt. In the meantime, in the between time, while we were talking about Dynamite, during Dynamite, AEW announced on December 30th that they will have their first ever New York area pay-per-view with the pay-per-view titled AEW World Ends, taking place December 30th at Nassau Coliseum, which once
I know
again
that's
will
right, AEW. I know that
the
is
first
right. Oh,
AEW pay-per-view in New York's area, New York City area, New York State area. So we were talking earlier about going to TNA if they go on the road. We're talking about, when WWE comes, we go to House of Glory, which we'll talk about probably a little bit later if we got a little bit of time for that. Now
we got
AEW is coming. Mashout, you going?
I think I'll go.
You think? You got the Triple B. You think?
Yeah.
Hey Cam, you going? Masquerade?
Yeah, let's do it. We rolling.
That
I
sounds
didn't
like
say I was
not.
going, so ain't no we. But
But okay. I thought as the Three Amigos.
yeah,
The whole
the
show.
three of you guys can go. That'd be wonderful. Solid D's, you go.
I had a good time at Grand
Oh,
Slam.
to where?
It was a good time.
On to where?
It's a pay-per-view, AEW pay-per-view, December
All right.
30th. Nassau Coliseum. Your first ever.
Nigga, hell no! On no goddamn AEW show. The fuck?
We're gonna drag you. You going because we're all going. I just wanted to see if anybody would go. But that's the first one. So New York City fans, those of you that go to Grand Slam, look forward to attending AEW World Ends. I don't know what they're trying to say, but it is the World Ends. How do y'all feel about pay-per-views that's day one, New Year's Revolution, World Ends, the ones that
The one-offs.
Yeah, the one-off pay-per-views.
The greatest one-off pay-per-view of all time was Rock Bottom. That was the greatest one-off pay-per-view.
Yes.
I would say that. I would agree with that. I would agree.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go watch that tonight.
Right.
Watch it tonight.
I think I don't know. This may be a sign or a symbol that MGF's reign might finally come to an end.
In Long Island?
Hometown heroes have lost in their hometown before.
They have.
You know,
In the world.
done that many a
the
time.
world would end, right? Like his world would be over because like he does talk about this 2024 bidding war all the time. And if this match with Kenny Omega that happened on Collision is any indication, that they like him, right? They want him around, but if he's gonna go, they gonna kind of give him the way to go out, in the right way. You know what I mean? And he's actually getting banged up pretty good too now. Like he's starting to get a little wear and tear on him.
That was a good match between him.
It was a good match.
Kenny
I actually
Omega.
watched it. It was a
I'm
very
not
good
gonna
match.
lie.
Yeah.
And I think each match that MJF has, like he releases something from his move set. Like I was not expecting this man to do a leaping somersault
ready for that
plunger
2024
outside
Big
of the
War.
ring onto Kenny Omega.
He
I did not
auditioning
expect for him to do
2024.
that. I didn't expect him to do that.
Mhm.
And then for him to take that bump when Kenny power bombs him through the table.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
MJF, you got my vote, man. You are the man.
I just need him to get his own goddamn finisher. Like that's all I need him to do. You know what I mean?
At this point, I'm really excited for it. I mean, it's gonna be here in Long Island, so it'll be pretty stupid for me to
Right,
say
that's
I'm
just down the block from you. You know what I mean?
yeah. So it's just so I can walk to the Nassau Coliseum. So,
Yeah.
so that'll be really me being a not a nice guy if I don't show up. But nonetheless, I think that the event, you know what? Let's see what comes from it.
I'll be one of those 5,000 people that's going to be there.
I know that's right. But you know what?
Well, with that being said, 109876543321. It is now time for the Disputed Countdown.
The Disputed Countdown.
Masquerade Cam.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah,
Let them know what we gonna be talking about.
We got the Disputed Countdown. Because wrestling fans never agree. All right, so this week on the Disputed Countdown, we got the most underrated wrestling factions. Yeah. So let's hop right into it. So we got coming in at number 10. I'm gonna give the name of the faction and how long they was around. Right.
Just do the name of the faction.
Just the name of the faction. Number 10, we got Suzuki Gun.
All right, yeah, do how long? Because who the fuck is that?
I don't know who that is.
From New Japan Pro Wrestling, man.
Okay. Who's all in there? Tell us.
2011 to 2022. You gotta break it up a little bit. You know what I mean? I know we all heavy up in here.
What was the year?
2011 to 2022.
So they had a decade.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's the most underrated wrestling factions, but like there are like people that would rate this one as a pretty good one, but it's like people who are like underappreciated. But I don't think they got as much credit as they should have gotten for the amount of wrestling talent that they had on their team. Next we got Straight Edge Society. We all know Straight Edge Society.
Who was in that faction?
What, Suzuki Gun?
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to prolong it, but okay, sure.
Yeah, no, you gotta let us know.
Person we would know.
Oh, I figured we would all look it up. Hold on,
I thought you did a list.
I do got a list.
All right, well, fuck it. Number 9. Go ahead. Shout out to them in New Japan. Go to number 9.
Number 9 is the Straight Edge Society.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were underrated?
In my opinion, yes. Only because like they're for what they were doing at the time, right? Like there was moments that things that they did was like to me highly entertaining. But when you ask like on a general basis, not a lot of people was like, yeah, the Straight Edge Society. You know what I mean?
I don't think they even held
had Luke Gallows, right? I mean,
Luke Gallows got his real big, burst on the scene off of that.
Yeah, like he wasn't Festus no more. He was more like, Luke Gallows. You had Serena. You had CM Punk, of course. So, I mean.
But none of them was champions when they had this group.
He was champion and they was accomplished. But
that pushed CM Punk to be more of like a mainstream main event player, that faction. You know what I mean? Coming in number 8, Main Event Mafia.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There's mad niggas in that.
There's a lot of people main event mafia, but it was a good time though. I haven't gonna front. It was a good time. I mean, watching them on TNA. For those who did watch TNA during WWE's supreme rule at that point. Then we got La Familia, the Edge Vicky Guerrero faction.
Oh, you got them at 7?
Yeah, I got him at 7.
How many people was in La Familia?
There was actually a lot of people in La Familia. You know what?
It was Edge, Vicky, Chavo.
Edge Vicky Chavo.
Was it what was
Zack Ryder and Hawkins was it?
Yeah.
There was the Edge clones, right?
Yeah, the Edge heads.
Yeah. And then like pretty much Big Show ended up in it, right? And like anyone that Vicky used to give Edge an advantage was pretty much a member of La Familia.
So basically, they're a part of Edge historic run and being champion. And
Right, exactly.
He's a Hall of Famer. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's underrated either, but go ahead. Go ahead.
The Dangerous Alliance. This is a throwback. I think Mashout would appreciate this one. The Dangerous Alliance.
And I don't think they're underrated, but go ahead.
Is that what I'm saying? What do you mean? Name, like, I don't think there's a lot of mainstream people that knows about the Dangerous Alliance.
That was Paul E's first real faction.
Yeah. That was Heyman's first real stable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That was Paul E. Dangerously.
Right, Paul E. Dangerously. Yes. Don't get it twisted. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, number 5 got me.
Number 5, Los Boricuas.
They were underrated?
What?
I mean,
No, they wasn't rated at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Miguel, Savio. This was when, so for those of you who don't know, the history is the reason they got the DOA and the Los Boricuas is it was the former members of the nation who was excommunicado out of the nation, and they started their own factions.
Right.
You had the fucking Hellraisers, the niggas on the motorcycles.
Yeah.
The DOA, the Disciples of the Apocalypse, because Crush was the original man of the DOA. Right. And then you had Savio Vega, who was an original member of the Nation. And he broke off with his Puerto Rican cousins. It was Luis, Miguel, it was San Juan, it was all of them in the Los Boricuas.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And I would say the also underrated reason why I really put them on the list is that at that time, right, there wasn't much Latino representation, right? And then
Rey Mysterio was out. Eddie Guerrero was
what I'm
out.
saying, like
but not in WWE though.
Yeah, but in WWF at the time, like to see them like push forward a faction like that was pretty cool, to be honest.
They was Puerto Rican and they dressed them like Mexicans, but I get what you're saying. Go ahead.
It
was Boricua. You're right.
Well, Savio Vega always been Spanish, except for when he was who was he? They used to be Quang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
At number 4, we got Disciples of the Apocalypse.
Oh,
okay, DOA. Okay,
DOA.
All right.
All right. And number 3, that was.
Hold on, real quick. I think DOA would have worked good when Undertaker was the American Badass.
Right, they came.
That's when they should have had DOA. That would have been cool.
They came out too early. You're right.
They was ahead of their time.
They was. They was. All right, this next one, I was back and forth, but then when I really sit back and look at it, like underrated because they gave DX somebody to fight, right, as another faction, and that would be the Nation of Domination.
Why were they underrated?
How are they underrated?
They're underrated from the fact that yes, they were popular, and yes, they were
So that takes him out of underrated. Right there. Takes him out of underrated.
They were noted,
Right
but
there.
they didn't define. But they didn't define the era, though.
They
Right?
did define the era.
In my opinion, no.
So wait,
which nation are you talking?
But let me ask you a
whole
question.
nation.
Let me ask you a question.
It's the
In
whole,
order to
first of all, if we
wait,
just
and then-
said
but then, like,
the original nation started other factions,
right?
makes them one iconic. Two, if you're taking the original nation, Clarence Mason, Farouk, Savio, Crush, they didn't really reach no heights. Okay, now let's take the evolution of the nation with The Rock. The Rock alone is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment of all time. So The Rock was in the nation. Then you got the world's strongest man who became the world heavyweight champion. You got the Godfather from being fucking Papa Shango, Karma the Supreme Fighting Machine, all the way down to the fucking Godfather going into the Hall of Fame. All them niggas is in the Hall of Fame. Except for The Rock. All them and D-Lo. Them the only two that ain't in the Hall of Fame. That is a popular faction. The Nation of Domination is a popular faction.
But wouldn't you agree that if they're popular, that would take them out of being, underrated?
Nah, because you could be type popular, but and still be underrated. Like
who was popular and underrated?
Like Christian was.
Oh, come on. Christian was only popular because of Edge. Christian was only popular because of Edge.
Yeah,
Edge too was. I won't say Edge is underrated. It was underappreciated.
Same fucking shit. First of all, your list is bogus, so I don't even know how the fuck you talking about something that's underappreciated.
How could Edge be
underappreciated? For the disputed countdown.
How could I think Edge had the greatest amount of opportunities. I think he did. I don't know how he would be under. I think Edge had one of the greatest amount of opportunities. I am not a fan of Edge at all, but I think he's had opportunity after opportunity. You look like a person that would like Edge. Yes.
You know why I really like Edge?
Motherfucker.
You know why I really like Edge?
What would it be?
I hate John Cena. I could not stand John
I hate John Cena too.
And that's why I liked Edge even more. He was so
I think they're the same guy. I think they're the same guy. I think they both got opportunity after opportunity.
They was the same guy.
Let me tell you something. At one point, much like Phil Jackson said about Michael Jordan, when in doubt, give the ball to John or Edge. That's what was happening for a good amount of years in wrestling. Them two, I believe that their title reigns both were inflated for no reason.
No, it was.
I feel like on the when John Cena does retire, I feel like the person that he should have his last match with be excuse me. The person he should have his last match with is Randy Orton. I would love to see that. That to me, that would feel like Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, career versus career, or the end of the era match. Yeah.
I don't want to see John Cena.
I think I will cry. I think I will cry during that match. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't ever want to see Randy Orton and John Cena ever again. We saw it enough during those years. I don't want to see it again.
But it'll be a proper send-off.
Any of this has to do with the nation being fucking underrated, but okay, whatever.
It's the speed of countdown.
I don't know. They started talking about John Cena, so I was like, hey, you know what? Let me just throw that in there.
We talking about strong black men
we
being
came back on
accomplished
track.
in the WWE. Let's start talking about
we down to the top two. Could we do the top two?
I thought they were number two.
Go ahead.
All right. Number two, the Dungeon of Doom. No, we good? No? We not good?
No, we good. This is a disputed countdown.
All right. Number one, in my opinion, the most underrated wrestling faction, Right to Censor.
Wait, what? The last one was number one?
No, it counts backwards from 10 to 1.
No, who was number two?
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
The Dungeon of Doom.
But wasn't wait, I'm confused.
Wasn't the Nation
Dungeon
number
of Doom
two?
was number two.
Wasn't the Nation number two?
No, Nation was number 3.
Oh, I thought the Nation was number 3.
Yeah, Nation was number 3. And Right to Censor. Dungeon of Doom
Righteousness is
was
number one.
Dungeon of Doom was
Dungeon of Doom
2.
is number 2.
This is not going well. I need video production. All right. So yeah, righteousness.
Let me tell you why this is not going well, right? Because you're picking factions that are not underrated.
Because Right to Censor was never rated.
No, they was a good faction. What?
That was an entertaining faction. Are you kidding me, bro? It was a highly entertaining faction, but you were never going to get a champion out of that faction. You was never going to get no real push out of that faction.
They had the tag team titles.
They did the tag team.
They got the crowd riled up.
And they had the women's title.
They had the women and the Intercontinental. Didn't they have the Intercontinental?
It wasn't going to be.
They were.
Players in that faction.
That's Val Venus, the Good Father, Ivory.
There was no main
Steven
event
Richards.
players. All right, so when I say champions, I mean like there was no real main event players in that faction, bro. Steven Richards.
Ivory was a champion. Ivory was a women's champion, before.
And she won the title during that faction because she beat China. That's when she broke China's neck again.
They were jobbers and mid card entertainers, but they were to me very highly entertaining, and they were underrated.
Wasn't Blue Meanie in there too?
Yeah, he was. Blue Meanie was in there at one point. Wait, so you're just dismissing Ivory's title reign as the main event?
Would you ever say an Ivory match was a main event match?
With China at WrestleMania?
Yeah, Ivory's an incredible wrestler.
I didn't
She was
say
actually one of the only real wrestlers.
I didn't think it was incredible. I just said that would you consider her match as a main event draw, like a main event match?
I would say
good matches though.
But she did. But there was no other women wrestlers really that was main event.
All I'm saying is a main event player. Main event player is somebody you're gonna watch that match. You're gonna watch that.
How when there's nobody else that was there? When there was at that time when Ivory was wrestling, the women's roster was very slim. You can't.
You only had Jacqueline.
She didn't really have anybody.
By that same point you just made, that era was not featuring women as the main event.
But then you can't.
So what I'm saying is, based on the point,
it was lean and
but you cannot dismiss it and say like the woman was not entertaining in what she was doing. The woman was a world champion in Glow of Wrestling. So let's start with that. The woman was a world champion in Glow Wrestling in the 1980s.
This is the disputed countdown, and this is what should be happening. Go on,
it should be called the bullshit countdown because I'm trying to figure out. Like, why you
said 1980? This faction happened in 2000. That's 20 years later.
We're still talking about the
person.
We're still talking about the person.
At this point of her career,
answer my question. Answer my question. Are you dismissing Ivory's career? Yes or no?
No.
That doesn't make sense.
What? What doesn't make sense?
How he just said that in 1980s don't make no difference.
No,
that's what he's wrestling in the 80s.
I said you're talking about
Ivory.
World champ in 1980.
I don't know it from the 80s. I know it from the 90s.
He was in Glow Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Wrestling. You remember?
Okay.
She was in Glow. She was a world champion in Glow. She was actually at one point.
But to Cam is trying to say,
who was watching Glow other than the people who lived in Long Island and had cable at an early age?
Don't play me. I never grew up. Okay? If your family was eating,
my family did not afford cable.
Eating sardines and sausage. That's your
Broadway.
That was not something that was sustainable. They would rather me watch goddamn PBS all day
because Glow was on Channel 2.
Took it greasy. Broadway. I love going to Broadway. They got good shows on Broadway.
Broadway, we're on Broadway.
If this is this heated, the disputed countdown, I can imagine how it's going to be for the predictions. Can we move on to the predictions?
Go ahead, go for it. Go for it.
Enough. Let's move on. And those of you listening, watching, and tuning in, if you want to dispute the disputed countdown, feel free to comment, like, share. Make sure you email us. Do all that good stuff. Make sure you're following us, subscribing, and you're liking and doing all of the good things you need to do. Now let's move
So
on to
beautiful.
you're now being serenaded by the sweet notes of our stats with that. We're gonna go on to the crown jewel predictions.
Whoa, yeah.
Currently, right now, when the Three Amigos do predictions, whether it's on air or not, the person who normally has the most things right now is the Mashout King.
You already.
Oh, we keep a
Yeah.
score? Oh,
Yeah. yeah. This is a real thing. Now is an opportunity for someone to gain the triple B or be the new predictions champion. You won't get the belt, but you'll be the new predictions
Get a
champion.
real
He ain't giving up
title.
his.
You
That
doing
nigga
the
ain't giving
rundown
up his
the
belt.
matches?
But whoever gets the most predictions, if we need to do a tiebreaker, then that means the night of, while we're all watching the event, we'll eventually have to do a tiebreaker within the group, and then that'll determine who is the new person that got the most predictions correct. All right? So we're going to make it a little fun. Those of you out there listening, feel free to let us know what your predictions are. We are going to start with the matches with the WWE Women's Championship match that was
We should
announced.
say cards subject to change because they may add something.
Of course, and of course, cards subject to change. They may add something, although we know the last PLE has had a certain amount of matches and they've been able to have longer matches and tell a broader story.
The hell?
We're going to start off with the WWE Women's Championship match that was announced on Friday Night SmackDown, which is Bianca Belair taking on the current WWE Women's Champion, Io Sky. What y'all got? Who y'all got?
Wait, what the fuck did I just do?
Oh, hold on.
I guess you're trying to show the list. I'll go first on this one. I'm gonna say because how the rest of the card lines up, you always need some kind of big pop. I'm gonna say Bianca Belair regains the title.
Okay, anybody want to go next?
Oh wait, is anybody writing this down?
I am. That's what I'm doing.
Nice.
I'm gonna say Io Sky.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that title's changing.
Io. I'm going with Io. Straight off
The
the
gates
bat.
of heaven opened up, and I actually agree with Masquerade. I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair as well. All right, we're gonna move on to a singles match, also announced by People Magazine. It was such a big announcement that People Magazine had to announce it. We're gonna go with one of the greatest of all times, who we just finished speaking about, John Cena taking on Solo Sikoa.
This is an interesting one.
I'll go first again.
John Cena.
I'll be surprised if John Cena don't win. So John Cena.
I'm going Solo Sikoa.
I'm going with Big Match John.
I think Mashout can just trying to get his wins up. That's probably why he's like, I can't agree with everybody.
Oh, Mashout's going to lose this one.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
gonna go with John Cena as well.
I'm gonna
Big
go
Match John. It's Big Match John, buddy.
I mean, he did the whole "I didn't win in over 2,000 days" thing, and da 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 da.
Yeah, the whole speech. I was like, oh,
Right.
they're building.
And it's not going to be his last match, so he gonna get a win.
Well, I feel like the reason you gave for the women's champion is that they need a big moment at Saudi, and I feel like that is the moment is Cena overcoming Solo. He's ending his story with all of the Samoans, so I think Cena's gonna go over. Next singles match, we're gonna have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, taking on Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest.
Cody Rhodes.
Damn. He got no face.
This benefits Cody more than it would Damian, right? Damian still has the Money in the Bank.
Damon Wayans or Damian Priest?
What did I just say? I said Damian. That's what I said.
No, you said Damon.
All right, whatever. El Senor Money in the Bank. He still got that, and he's a tag champ. So this only makes more sense for Cody to win this match than it does for Damian. So I'm going with Cody.
Sour D's.
Shit. Interference. Damien.
Okay, you're going with Damien.
Yeah, he has a lot of backup. He's gonna have Rhea. He's gonna have Dom.
Okay.
He's gonna have Finn. He's gonna have JD McDonough. Who
I'm
Cody
gonna
gonna have?
go
Jay.
Jay Uso.
Hello.
Jay's gonna be the deciding factor. Jay's gonna be the reason why Cody.
He's gonna have Jay and Sammy. If that.
I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes.
That's right.
Definitely gonna go
That's
with
right.
Cody Rhodes.
That's
So who? Is this me? Is this me with Damien?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just
That's
you
it.
with Damien, which might be a tiebreaker. So
Don't switch, D. Don't switch.
I'm not.
Okay. All right.
he
You heard my
believes in
high
send
pitched
your
voice.
money in the bank.
I'm not.
So we're gonna move on to the Women's World Championship, which is a fatal 5-way match between Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler
Rhea
versus
Ripley.
Zoe Stark versus Nia Jax versus Raquel Gonzalez.
Rhea Ripley. None of these people are championship worthy. So Rhea Ripley.
I'm going with Big Mommy Rhea Ripley.
This is a hard one for me, man.
Mommy always come out on top. Come on, man.
This is a hard one for me because I like Nia and Raquel, and I would love for one of them to win, but I honestly believe Rhea's gonna win, and she might win because of Dom. There's a lot of competitors that kind of try to.
No, she's gonna win because she's Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Nah. The Judgment Day. Come on, son. Somebody gonna come out. Somebody definitely gonna come out and help out. Come on now.
Listen,
Four other competitors.
who's gonna take the fall in this match?
Would that be the tiebreaker?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Let the random come through it with his prediction.
I already said Rhea Ripley right after the match.
Oh, okay. So who's gonna take the fall in this match?
I think the only person who should take this fall is Zoe. Because
What?
Everybody else in this needs an elevation. Like
So
Zoe,
does
Zoe needs
Zoe.
an elevation.
they threw Zoe
Who
in
should
here
take the
to
fall
give
in
her
this match?
to feature
Let me tell you who
feature
should take
Zoe.
the fall in this match.
But
Who should take the fall in this match is Raquel Gonzalez, and I'm going to tell you why.
no, Raquel needs a title push, bro.
She does, and this is why she should take the fall.
I don't even think they should be having this match at Crown Jewel. But do you think the crowd's gonna be excited for this Fatal 5-way?
They'll
Like
pipe
that?
in noise.
They might bite. They might bite on this one.
Yeah,
Because of Rhea.
Rhea is a global star.
Hey, you was explaining why Raquel should
Take the pin.
Yeah.
I feel like she should get the pin because in order to add some fire under her. Other than that, what is her story going forward with us believing that she should go for the championship? She's kind of had opportunity at the championship. She's always going for the championship, and she never quite makes it. So I think that this should be her now getting an edge, and she should take the fall in this match.
I think so we was talking about it in the last show that we love that the WWE is featuring more non-title women storylines. I feel like Zoe taking this fall is better for Raquel because I feel Raquel and Nia end up going to war all the way up into the Royal Rumble. Like based off of this match, like they'll screw one another out of this opportunity or what have you, and then Rhea will end up winning. That's how.
That's why I think Raquel's still taking the fall because she's going to be mad and want to go after Nia's.
That would work too. I didn't say it wouldn't work. I was just saying a good.
All right, next match, the United States Championship match. The Hall of Famer
Logan
Rey
Paul.
Mysterio taking on Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
I don't know.
Logan.
If Logan's gonna be showing up often, then sure, Logan Paul. But if not, I'd give him a win by disqualification. So Logan.
So You saying Logan Paul, but he don't get the United States
If
Championship?
Logan's gonna be here all the time or be here often,
Listen, those the
I
negotiations
got you.
haven't been
I got you.
discussed.
I was saying it's going. Yes, I picked Logan Paul, but is he gonna win the championship? I don't know. If he's not gonna be here, then he'll win by disqualification.
Here is my booking prediction. Logan is going to win it, right? He's going to win
Ricochet.
it. Him and Ricochet will then put in their feud once more, because now Samantha Irvin is going to have to announce him as the champion, and you know he's on the.
Wait, no. This is a SmackDown match, and Samantha's on Raw.
That's okay.
Knowing Logan, he's going to go show up anywhere he wants to.
Also,
you got to understand. Look, Logan went on Monday and he did that same thing, right? He did the same thing. He was talking about a SmackDown match on Raw, and out comes.
That's why.
Not to mention, we all know the undercard story. The underlining story is they're starting the whole war between Raw and SmackDown. So, what would spark a war more if you take what is considered one of the biggest stars and he, AKA, switches shows, so to speak?
Right.
Just play with it, whether he does it or not. So, I feel like, what if that's also another storyline in it? Go ahead, Mash.
Also, him as the champion brings the title more credibility, because he could take it on his daily talk show.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have it on there, and he does ESPN at least once or twice a month, so he could bring the title on there. So I think it's going to be him. Yeah, D.
I would like to see Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, all in a faction. I'm just saying.
By the way,
I would like to see that.
By the way, I just looking up as we were talking the difference between a stable and a faction. Okay, according to wrestling. So a stable's 3, a faction's 5.
So a stable.
Yeah, I just learned that. A stable. Right. So they made an example. A stable is the New Day, the Four Horsemen, and also the Freebirds. A faction would be considered the NWO and the Bullet Club.
Okay.
Anything that has 5 members plus is a faction.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking that up as we speak. I was confused internally of what's the difference between a stable and a faction.
Well, stable is also 1976 and faction is now.
I don't know if that's the case there.
Because I feel like they call New Day a faction too.
I don't know that.
I feel like the difference.
I know that's right. AKRT.
Bloodline has shrunk from faction to stable.
Mm-hmm.
So the bloodline has shrunk from faction to stable.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
that's what's up.
Go ahead.
Well, Cameron, you got it here, buddy.
Every day. And for the World Heavyweight Championship, we're going with Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Who you guys going with?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, just because the fans love Seth, and I like when they kind of like when you do promos, when WWE does promos, they kind of like give these little things that kind of indicate where it's gonna eventually end up. And the fact that Drew is not over the bloodline thing, and Seth is telling him to get over it, and this loss is going to be the best thing that's going to happen to him. Like, to me, that leans to what the outcome of the match is going to be. I feel like that exactly is what's going to happen. That this is going to send Drew on a spiral, going to help him turn full heel, and so Seth freaking Rollins. Plus, the crowd loves Seth, and it's going to get him the big pop that they're looking for.
I'm going to go with Seth, only because I feel like it's not his time to lose the title yet. Mm-hmm. And I think with each opponent that keeps coming after the title defenses, it puts us on edge to see, like, when is he going to lose it, right? And I don't think the time is right now. So I'm gonna go with Seth. Although Drew is a good, decent enough opponent for Seth to lose, it's just not now, and I think this will be the time where Drew's gonna go heel on his berserker heel shit after this.
And last and finally not least, for the undisputed Universal Championship, we have the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight.
Tribal Chief.
I mean, it's not even a question at this point. It's the Tribal Chief, the only one. You know what I mean? The head of the table, Roman Reigns. That man has made me a good bank. You know, I've bet on Roman Reigns this entire time. He's money. Like, I can't. Who picks against Roman Reigns? There were some fools that picked Cody against Roman, but he shut that down. So it's always going to be Roman. It's always going to be Roman.
Sour D's.
Roman Reigns.
Right.
It's
Reigns.
We'll
give LA Knight credit, right? Like, the mere fact that this man wasn't even at WrestleMania, featured on WrestleMania, now in just this like considerably short time, right? He is now in the main event going against Roman, against I guess the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania main event is a pretty big accomplishment.
I mean, Tyson Fury won. Like I said, I hope it ain't no motherfucking bullshit. But
Seth is white.
But I'm definitely gonna go with, of course, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. I was a Roman Reigns fan before he was the Tribal Chief. Some of y'all bandwagon niggas came along when he was the Tribal Chief, but I've been with Roman since he had the little teeth.
And his blue eyes. Remember the blue eyes?
Yeah, I remember gray, blue, all of that when he would punch and the fireworks.
Oh, while he was out here suffering succotash.
Yeah, right, exactly. LA Knight was fighting fucking Ryback in the beach on fucking MTV.
I'll tell you one thing though, that LA Knight, he's really good with his promos, and he comes off like he is.
LA Knight to me is just.
You didn't catch that line last week. You didn't catch that line last week when he threw John Cena's.
Like, The Miz was absolutely 100% correct. He is just attitude era fanboy that just does everything that's already been done.
You said
that part is.
Yeah,
that part is kind of.
Hey, that's hard for me because I can't stand him. But The Miz does tell truths. You know, Miz promo game is hot. I just don't like Miz's wrestling style. I just don't like Miz promo.
Why? Because he wrestles safe. And you know what? And segue. Sorry, Daniel. This is what Miz was telling you. You didn't want to listen, did you? Now look who's successful, huh? A man who ain't never been injured, and he has a hot wife. Okay, Maurice is a hot babe. She's a milf.
Babe, wow, I haven't heard babe.
So
Brie Bella's a hot babe.
Brie's not a hot wife.
Yeah, Brie Bella.
I'm sorry, what?
Brie Bella's not a hot wife.
I'm sorry, what? I don't think Brie was a champion, but
yes, she was.
What?
She was a former Divas champion, bro.
Oh, so I thought she was goat wrestling with her husband somewhere or something.
You know what? See, is it time to go to the wrestler?
He's champion? Is it?
All right. We went through all the predictions, and I think it's time to get to our wrestler of the week. So, D, go ahead.
Go ahead, Saudis.
My wrestler of the week, MJF.
Really?
MJF.
All right, so that was a good match on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he keeps.
Saturday.
I did not.
Saturday
if he did not do that somersault flip plunger over the rope,
right,
he would have been my favorite guy of the week. But that he did that, and he just keeps showcasing that. Listen, I can do this, I can do that, and I can do a little bit more. He got me. MJF. Cheer.
Ken, what you got?
Well, before that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to agree with Saudis because I'm not a big MJF fan, as you all know. And I was gonna go with Lyra Vicaria. Sorry,
Go with that one. Get your own. This is the second time we done took somebody.
Lyra Vicaria. No, I mean she was my pick coming into this. She was my pick. You know.
So why are you switching it now?
No, I didn't
one of
say
them
that.
niggas
I
that
said
switch up on people.
prior to Saturday, she was my pick. That was Tuesday. Okay. Prior to Saturday, she was my pick. But yes, MJF did overtake her in that because he put on a great match. That was actually probably the best match I've seen him do since he become champion. And the title wasn't even his possession, to be honest. I don't know how you have a title match and you even got the title, but it is. So MJF.
To jump on the AEW bandwagon, my guy this week, believe it or not, is crazy enough to be Jon Moxley. And the only reason why I'm picking Jon Moxley is not because of his wrestling skill at all, but because of now trying to reform the wrestling at AEW. You know, that's really the only reason why I'm picking it this week.
So, I got it. Wrestling is not necessary as criteria for wrestling.
We're gonna start. Yeah, we're gonna do a criteria.
You need criteria.
He want to talk about
that.
That is the most biggest trash next to that disputed fucking list. If you ask me, John fucking Moxley.
I had to go with Jon Moxley.
Check on Daniel Bryan.
I had to go with Jon Moxley.
Are you shitting me or are you kidding me? Because that is not it, brother. But okay, we're gonna let you go with that.
Go ahead, man.
What's up with that?
No. What's up with that? Yeah, what's up with that for real? That's next week's episode. Anyhow, my wrestler of the week is gonna be Angelo Dawkins. Did you see when they hit that motherfucking Santos Escobar with that revelation? They came out looking like men on a mission. And I think they should be called the Almighty Prophets, but Angelo Dawkins, to me, in that match is what stood out. So my wrestler of the week
Almighty
is
Prophets. I like that.
Angelo Dawkins. These niggas is talking about
they need a
fucking Jon Moxley.
They need a catchy name because Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, it just don't hit. It just don't.
I think that's another thing that the people are on the edge of their seat for. Like, what are we going to call them?
Oh, I thought you were going to say when Jon Moxley become the champion again. I thought that was what they was on the edge of their seat for.
No, I know. Listen, I'm fully back on my seat for that one, okay?
When all else fails, put it on Moxley. Isn't that what you said about Cena and Edge? They have that over there at AEW too. When all else fails, put it on Moxley. That's what's going to happen when he clears his thing.
God. I forgot Edge signed to AEW. Damn it. Worst mistake of his life.
He wants to end his career.
You still get the pyro. You get the pyro. You like the pyro. That's your favorite.
On this day, I see clearly.
Oh wow! Everyone's in chorus. With that being said, move on with our goddamn. I wanted us to talk a little bit about the factions, but we're on 217 right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the faction conversation on down. It's something that we cover from week to week to week. You know, when we do a topic, it's not just 1 week, but we had so much to talk about in so little time. So I'm going to just move on and proceed to the final thoughts, if that's okay with you guys.
Let's do it.
That's why you're the host.
What are we going to do? Are we going to speak on the faction, or are we going to final thought it?
So this is part one.
No, he said final thought. Final thought.
Oh, damn. Huh?
Faction / stable, because now Mashout has clarified for us. You know, we're going to talk about both factions / stables.
Just in case.
You know, all them old ass fucking horses in the stable. We're going to talk.
We're going to end the show yet?
We're going to talk about them. But let's go into final thoughts. Mashout, since you're such in a rush, you loose off the goose. Go ahead.
Listen,
Jon Moxley.
Wait, what the fuck?
What? You all right?
Oh my god. Wait. Why the fuck my fingers? Where's my fingers? Oh. Okay, never mind. I thought I lost my finger. All right. Okay.
All I'm going to say is just like, share, and subscribe to the show. Thank you I enjoyed myself this evening, and that's it till next week.
Masquerade Cam, your final thoughts for the week. Yeah.
This was a tremendously entertaining show. Fans out there, you know we do it for you. So let us know how you feel about it, and let's just keep it pushing.
Sawadis, RS Stacks, Fifth Ave. Nacho Man tonight. Negro
Sometimes you
Man.
gotta walk through the front door to get through the back of the door.
Yeah, because every front door has a back door.
And I say that to you in my riddle flip flops. I kicked them off.
Okay, wow, amazing. Pyrotechnics. I'm gonna leave y'all with a damn random thought. First of all, I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world. You're here with us, the Three Amigos, the Four Podsmen, aka also known as the random thought is gonna be this, right? Dress how you want to be addressed. This week is Halloween. You get to be somebody that you're not. But on the other days, be you. Everybody else is already taken. That's the random thought. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of the Three Amigos podcast show. He said, subscribe, share, comment, do all that. We're here. We'll see you next week. We have special guests coming up next week. You do not want to miss it. Stay tuned to our Instagram page for who's going to be coming on. I think Killer Cam Masquerade, my bad. That's his old like.
Don't get hit with the Glock.
Will be Masquerade Cam will be out. We'll have somebody else in. So make sure y'all tune in. This is the Three Amigos podcast show. We out.
Trios.